What's up, everybody? The Reds kick off 2020 the way they finished 2019 with another 3 points and a record-breaking 3 points at that. 969 passes, I believe, tonight for Jurgen Klopp's men, which is a record for passes in the Premier League era. Not only that, we're now 20 games into the season with 58 points from a possible 60. It just keeps getting better and better, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe if Liverpool win their next game as well, that is the best ever start to a Premier League campaign. Record breakers, I can already see it in the chat. Get your thumbs up for Craig, said Cast Trent. Thank you, buddy. What a thoroughly professional performance that was again tonight from Jurgen Klopp's men. Goals from Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. And we never really looked in any trouble against a very decent Sheffield United team. How are we all feeling after that one? I want to know your thoughts on man of the match. I want to know your thoughts on this record-breaking bunch of Reds. I want to know your thoughts ahead for 2020 as well for these boys. What have we got? Ella's in the house said we only need 13 wins at a minimum to win the league, which is brilliant. Hello, Craig. Happy New Year. Same to you, buddy. Welcome. Great to have you in. Thank you very much. SMC01 full. Scotty said his man of the match was Gini Wijnaldum. I thought Gini was imperious today, Scotty. That's a good show. His protection of the ball is second to none. He's unbelievable, mate, in midfield. He just doesn't give it away, does he? Ayub said 365 days unbeaten in the Premier League. Another amazing achievement, mate, for this group of Reds. Carl said, hope you're doing fine. Have a great night. Thank you, Carl. I'm buzzing, mate. I mean, we started off 2020 as we finished 2019. Keep them points coming. Grant Shea said the Reds are just so damn good. John Irwin said good evening. Good evening to you, John. Brian Morrissey straight in with the relentless Reds, and that's a brilliant way of summing it up, Brian, mate. I couldn't have put it any better myself. That's what these guys are, relentless. Even when we're not at our imperious best, we're grinding it out. Gary Richard said 3 more points, Craig. Get the chav out. It's here, buddy. The Diet Chav is always on standby. And cheers to you, Gary, mate. A happy New Year to you, sir. What have you got? Jamie Kelly said, Craig, you're famous on the Unbelievable Jeff Facebook page. Connor said that to me. Yeah, he said to me that my tweet went onto that page, which is great to see. Cool. Nice one. I mean, it was a funny tweet. I'm once in a blue moon, I do come up with a decent one. And yeah, thank you, Jamie, for letting me know. Did you get a haircut, Craig? Looking good. I cut my hair every single day, mate. You might think I'm taking the piss there, but I genuinely do. Shave my head every day. It takes work to be this bald. Liverpool are unstoppable, said Parker. Invincibles, said Germanus McGrinder. What a name that is, Germanus McGrinder. Well in. It's a bit early to say Invincibles, mate, but, you know, how can we rule anything out? I mean, I still don't think we'll go unbeaten for the entire year, or the entire season, but I want us to break the 101 points barrier. But look, whatever happens, it's just a club to be proud of, a team to be proud of, a manager to be proud of, a stadium to be proud of, owners to be proud of. Oh, the pride, ladies and gents. Craig, where's my red player picks? I don't know what you mean, Nathan. Sorry, mate, you've lost me on that one. Jamil said man of the match for Genie. He was everywhere. I agree. Jamil, I thought he was brilliant. What have we got? Melissa said hello. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Michael Callanan said hard to beat the Arsenal record. Yeah, look, it is that hard for a reason. Only one club have done it. But I would personally rather break 101 points than go unbeaten. But that's just me. What have we got? Craig, how can I talk about 101 points but I can't bring myself to talk about a league title? I don't know, mate. It's just 30 years of hurt, buddy. But I think he can finally start to relax. There's a long way to go, but they don't look like a team that are going to fuck it up, do they? Do you put your Diet Coke in the fridge? Only in the summer, Adam, mate, not in the winter. It's already cold enough. What have we got? Evan said, so happy tonight, roll on May. Yes, hopefully it'll be done and dusted before then, but yeah, it will be May when Hendo gets the trophy. David DeHaas said 970 passes. Wow. Just wow. And you're right, David, it is ridiculous. Another record for the Reds. Is Robertson okay? Yeah, he looked alright. I think he just went off to get a rest by the looks of it. It was a joke about EA. Sorry, Nathan. Sometimes these things just go over my head, particularly when it comes to EA and gaming, mate, because I'm not a gamer really. But thank you for the comment as always. I like Sheffield United manager, straight talker, said Callum. Yes, Chris Wilder is. He is one of the most honest, down-to-earth managers you'll ever see. Kev straight in with the love heart. Well in, mate. The Revenite reckons 108 points and unbeaten, Craig. It's going to happen. You'll never walk alone. What else we got? Scotty said, Craig, I'd like to wish you a happy new year. And right back at you, mate, and your family as well. Happy 2020 to you guys. The hurt's over, said Mr. Morrissey. I love it. I love the optimism. Keep it coming, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your man of the match shouts coming as well. Connor, if you've got a chance, buddy, can you stick a vote up on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account? I think Gini Wijnaldum, for me, I agree with all the shouts for Gini Wijnaldum. We're going to win the league, said Radical Gambino. I still love reading your name, mate. Obviously because I love Childish Gambino as well, but yeah, what a name. Thank you, Craig, for being a great host, said Roger. My pleasure, mate. Thank you for your continued support, and to everyone that tunes in to watch our shows. Really do appreciate it. Have you ever commented on the Liverpool loss on a watch-along in the Premier League? Yes, the Manchester City game. We did that one. I don't know how I reacted, though. I honestly can't remember. It was one of those games where it was just a width of a post, wasn't it? Sadio's hit the post and came back out, and Leroy Sané's went over the line. Small margins, but yeah, I have. But we've been very fortunate since we started the channel, yeah. Sad about the RTE presenter. I didn't hear anything, Michael, mate. Sorry. If somebody passed away, then of course condolences. Young Crisp said, Craig, Liverpool are doing really well, world class team, but watch out Arsenal because Arteta means business. We could challenge in a few years' time. I still don't know what to make about Arteta, mate. I guess we'll know soon enough, won't we? He's his own man now. I just hope from Arsenal's perspective, if I'm an Arsenal fan right now, obviously you're full of optimism about the new manager, but you just hope that the board backs him more than anything else. What's the story with Naby, asked Paul Gray. He picked up a bit of a groin injury in the warm-up, I think, mate, which ruled him out of the game, unfortunately. Arlo said Joe Gomez, man of the match for him, was immense yet again today. Joe Gomez is putting in great performance after great performance, mate. Yeah, he's really stepping up, isn't he? Can we have a word for Joe, mate? Man is as hard as nails, said I am. Agree, 100%, Joe. Well, we've been very fortunate, haven't we, that whoever has come in to partner Virgil van Dijk has hit the ground running, whether that be Joel Matip, whether that be Dejan Lovren, or whether that be Joe Gomez. They all seem to want to seize their opportunity when they get that shirt, and Gomez hasn't really put a foot wrong. And thank you, Harry. I'm glad that you said I'm your favourite streamer. That genuinely means a lot, mate. Thank you. Luke said, do you think we'll lose a game this season? I don't think we will, but I also don't think we'll go unbeaten, mate. I'm on the fence, if you get where I'm coming from. It's very, very difficult in this league because so many good teams. We still have to play City away as well. That's going to be a difficult game, whatever we think. Spurs away as well, coming up, is going to be a tricky game. But we're capable of it, but I just don't want to even think about it yet. I just want to get over the line and get the points total. Christine said, Sinead's been going around the house all day singing Minamino. She says, Craig has it in my head. Yes, well in, Sinead. Love it. Minamino, here we go again. Wah wah, Salzburg, I will let you go. Minamino, here we go again. Wah wah, Salzburg, I will let you go. There you go. Hopefully I've stuck it in a few more people's heads. Not my song, of course, but it is a really good song. It's very catchy. Joe Gomez is a boss, said Mo Dahl. Marion Finucane passed away. I thought it was genuinely sad. Obviously a mainstay, a stalwart of Irish television. So yes, obviously condolences to the Finucane family and all of our colleagues at RTE. What have we got? Roger said, hope Naby's okay. Injury, not too bad of an injury. Yeah, I hope so as well, mate, because he's starting to really find his form and his feet at Liverpool, and the last thing we need is him, and the last thing he needs, of course, is to pick up another little knock. Rob said 970 passes, unreal, with 90% accuracy as well. Minamino's going to play on Monday against Everton. It's Sunday, Roger. Sunday, mate, against Everton at 4:30 kickoff, I think it is as well. Daniel said is right, lad. Thank you, mate. Welcome in as well, Daniel. Gunji said, I think Arsenal will treat our game as an FA Cup final to stop us going invincible. I think they'd be just more concerned about getting the points on the board for themselves, mate. They want to try and claw their way up to those European positions. Mane or Mbappe? Look, I'm a massive fan of Kylian Mbappe, and whilst I don't want any of our front three to leave, I do think Mbappe is a wonderful footballer. Riley said, can't see us losing a game. It's going to take a good team to beat us, Riley, mate. And I said the same in the Champions League. Over two legs, it's going to take one hell of a performance to knock this group of lads out. But look, I'm not looking past Atletico Madrid. They're a fine side, and it's going to be a difficult 2 games. But yeah, we are top of the league as things stand. 58 points out of a possible 60. I'll never get fed up saying it. To have won 19 games and drawn 1 is ridiculous. Am I hoping for an invincible season, said Marcus. Again, I would reiterate that I would prefer us to break 101 points than go invincible. I just think that the highest points total is the best result. That's genuinely how I feel about it. If we go unbeaten, great. If we don't, I honestly don't mind, mate. I just want us to lift the trophy. After that, whatever comes after, it's a bonus. Grant said, just listen to Chris Wilder and wow, massive respect, man. Says it like it is. Again, yes, he does. He's a great lad. He's a good manager. There's no bullshit with Chris Wilder. He just says it as he sees it, and he's a proper footballer, man. Papa Jaffa said, well done Liverpool, hope you go unbeaten and win the league because you deserve it for what your club has been through in the past. Good luck for the rest of the season. Just wish we were as good as you. Papa, thank you, mate, really, thank you so much. It's been a long road for Liverpool to get here, buddy. I've been supporting the club since I was 7 or 8 years of age, which is 31 years now, and it's been a long way for this title, so thank you for your kind words, mate, and best of luck with the rest of the season. Roger said, hope your flu is completely healed. Not yet, mate, but I'm definitely on the road to recovery without a shadow of a doubt. Rabadan with the first super chat of the stream. Thank you, mate. Atletico plays like Sheffield United on steroids. Yeah, they're a good team. Very, very hard to break down, and it's going to be tough, but, you know, second leg at Anfield, I always fancy our boys to get through. Young Crisp said, Craig, Atletico shouldn't be a problem. They got B2 on aggregate to them and outplayed them. Plus, they had Griezmann at the time. Look, I think we'll get past them, but, you know, Cholo has them really well drilled, and they're always a difficult team to play against. They're just so compact and they don't give away many goals, but I do think we'll beat them over 2 legs, if I'm being honest. Billy said, I think if we lost that one, would be healthy for this invincible thing. This is an unwanted distraction. I'm genuinely not thinking about the invincible thing, Billy. I just want us to keep, you know, chalking up those 3 points and getting one step closer to seeing Jordan Henderson lifting that Premier League trophy. And after that, as I keep saying, it's just a bonus. Sino said, very easy math. If you got 70 points after 25 games, then it's impossible to not win the Premier League. Think about it, Craig, and best wishes from Germany. I honestly think we'll have it wrapped up by April, mate, and that's not me being arrogant. That's just working off the way the points have been so far. But you can never count your chickens. But it's looking really good, isn't it? It really is looking good. Lens-based media said Jordan Henderson was so good tonight, even his fouls were spot on. Love it. Andrew said, Craig, I'm freaking buzzing right now. What a passing machine we were. Yeah, look, when you think of passing in the Premier League and you think of teams dominating the ball like that, you do think of Manchester City at times, and for us to have broken that record, it really is unbelievable. I mean, it's just one record at the end of the day, and doesn't mean that unless you get the points, and thankfully we got the points. Sean said, Craig, predictions aside, if you were in charge, what team would you put out against Everton? By the way, love these streams. Thank you, Sean. I actually got my match prediction spot on tonight. I went for a 2-0 win for the Reds. What team would I put out against Everton? I would go Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Gomez. I'd probably bring in Milner and give Robbo a rest, but have him on the bench if he's available. Cholo is Diego Simeone's nickname, mate. Then in midfield, I would go Gini Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson. I'd probably give Curtis Jones a run out, you know, in midfield in the Merseyside derby. Then I'd go Divock Origi, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, and I'd give Bobby Firmino a rest. But it's so difficult to second guess Klopp's team selection. Any news on transfers? Asked Poppin Powell 79. Other than Minamino, mate, no, not that I'm aware of. Lots of talk of Swansea being very interested in signing Ryan Brewster on loan. We spoke about that a few times. Gary Richards said Gomez is the man. But other than that, Poppin Powell, I've not heard anything else on transfers. We were, of course, linked to Diego Carlos from Sevilla, centre-back. £64 million, I think, is the buyout clause in his contract. But that was more for the end of the season, from what I've heard. Do I think Sancho will be interested in Liverpool? I would imagine so. I don't know whether we're interested in him, mate. But, I mean, if you're a top player right now, Liverpool are the club to be at, aren't we? Like, we're top of the Premier League, European champions, World Club Cup winners. Yeah, as Adam said, what a freaking team we are. Roger said, drink plenty of water and rest well, Craig. Eat more fruits, boost the healing. Vitamin C helps with fighting the flu. Have a speedy recovery. Thank you. I've been getting loads of rest, mate. Yes, my wife's been so good to me and letting me rest up. When will Fabinho be back? Asked Riley Jenkins. I think the next 2 to 4 weeks, mate. I know that's kind of sitting on the fence. I think he's not too far away from being back training. And hopefully we have himself, Matip and Lovren back soon enough. And of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. Hendo was boss, said 40-year-old Virgil. Good game to Liverpool FC. Minamino will start, reckons Cameron, against Everton. I don't know if he'll start, mate, or if he'll get brought on as a sub. But either way, how great is it that we've got another classy player to look forward to seeing in a red shirt? What a win, said Angunzi, LFC. Beautiful, you'll never walk alone. Evan Boland said, is the FA Cup important to us? I think every trophy is, mate. I think, when you're in a position that we're in right now and confidence is so high, I think deep down they'll be a little bit peeved at the way that the League Cup worked out for them. That, we probably would have beaten Villa if we had our strongest team out, and then we'd have had a semi-final, 2 legs against Leicester with a place in the final at stake. I don't know how important they'll treat the FA Cup, but it's another trophy that we can win, so why not when you're in this vein of form? The more trophies you can put in the cabinet, the better. 40-year-old Virgil said 969 passes completed, a new record, which is another amazing achievement for this group. Origi, Minamino and Elliott, front three for the FA Cup, said San Z. I love Liverpool. Love watching Liverpool, said Liverpool FC. Michael van der Waite said, any news on your side on Mane with Real? No, just that nonsense story that keeps going around that Zinedine Zidane has made contact. Why would he leave Liverpool to go to a worse team? Genuinely, I'm asking seriously. Real Madrid fans are just a petulant little bunch. You see, when they signed Eden Hazard, they were singing, we want Mbappe, we want Mbappe. Why would you leave playing in front of this Anfield crowd to go and play in front of some handkerchief waving bunch of fucking spoiled petulant brats? I just don't get it. But look, I can't say for certain because I genuinely don't know, but I'd be amazed if Liverpool have any interest in selling a player that only extended his contract last summer. So I think it was last summer, recently enough anyway. Amir said FA Cup is important if we want to be the greatest ever, which we do, mate. Yes, we do. You're right. Odds on Origi scoring against the Bitters, I don't know. If he starts, quite high. Carl Johnson said, what position will Minamino play? He can play anywhere across the front three. He can play as an attacking midfielder as well in the 10. Where he will be utilised by Jurgen Klopp, mate, I genuinely don't know, which makes it all the more intriguing. Yasser said, one more win and Liverpool smash a world record, best ever start in any league across the world. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. What a group we have. How blessed are we to get to watch these boys week in and week out. Harry Moore said, how am I doing? I'm doing tickety-boo. Thank you, Harry. I'm pretty good. Roger said, good night and sweet dreams to everybody. Thank you, Roger, mate. As always, really appreciate your support. What have we got? Boy is in the house. Anthony, how are we, sir? Closing the gap and then we just pull away a little bit more. 13 points now with a game in hand. It's looking pretty good. Isn't it, boy? Huh? Isn't it? For the Reds, pretty good. Ha ha ha. Good win again for you guys. A good 3-0 win away from home. Messages popping up everywhere on my phone. What has Crosby got to say? Ooh, nice one, Connor. Clever work, mate. Clever work. I like your style. There is a vote up on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account if you want to go over there and vote for your man of the match, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not on Twitter, or if you haven't followed us, it's just at Anfield Agenda, and we are the same on Instagram. Go over there, cast your vote, and let us know who your man of the match was. Give it up for Chris Wilder, said Jay Silver. He's a gent. He's a real footballing man, down to earth, no bullshit. And you can't but like Chris Wilder. He is just a proper footballing man. Brandon Banks, how are you, sir? Welcome. Boya said, I'm more concerned about the Blues behind, keeping the gap comfortable in the top 4. I think I can't see any way that you guys don't finish top 4. Boya, I really can't. You're the best of the rest without being rude, if that makes sense. I do think City will catch it, if I'm being honest, but I don't think you'll be anywhere near 4th. I think you'll have a nice little buffer there. What have we got? Dave Sweetie said Minamino's a long-term substitute for Bobby. Michael van der Waite said, great channel, really professional, keep it up. Thank you, sir, really appreciate that. We aren't that professional though, mate, especially during watch-alongs with the bad language and stuff, but thank you, I do appreciate it. Milner is a tank, said Sean Fernandez. He is. He's the Benjamin Button of football, Sean, isn't he? The man gets older but plays like he's younger. He's an example to any young footballer out there about how to look after yourself properly. Chelsea, United, and what have you got? Sorry, John Terry says Chelsea, Manchester United. You said Chelsea again. I think the top 4 race will go down to Chelsea and Spurs for that last spot, unless of course United can maybe string something together. But I just don't rate United's manager. I really, really don't. Wilder's a good guy, said LFC 8092. The dugout said that was a decent win. Thoroughly professional performance, mate. Thoughts on Bobby's performance? Frustrating, if I'm being honest, at times, mate. He does so much good stuff, but then switches off at times with the last pass. But it's part of Bobby's game, isn't it? Sometimes you get that with him, and then other times you'll get a beautiful little back heel or a flick. But he's in good form, Bobby. And look, tonight Sadio Mo stole the show with their goals, and Bobby has stolen it recently, and it's a pleasure to get to watch these guys play up front for the Reds week in and week out. John Terry said Leicester not going to get top 4 bet of the year. It would be a brave person, mate, to stick a few quid on it. I wouldn't be for me now. I genuinely think they'll get there. But look, it seems like nobody outside of Liverpool wants the top 4 football this season. Apart from, Leicester are doing well, but City dropping more points than anybody thought. Chelsea just can't seem to put a consistent run together, even though they have, a 5-point buffer, is it, in 4th place? Brian Morrissey said, boo, John Terry. Ole's out of his depth, said Boya. I agree. I genuinely don't know why he has that job. I don't get it. I really don't. I know that United fans love him as a club legend, but I mean, he managed mould it in Cardiff, and but look, fuck him. He's a United manager. I don't really care. I want him to flounder around and be as shit as possible. Dara Azizi said Gini fought hard. He did, mate. He was unbelievable today. Gini and Gomez, I think, are the 2 big shouts for man of the match today. Bernadette said, great stream, Craig. Thank you for the journey and good night. Thank you, Bernadette, and good night to you. And once again, mate, Happy New Year to you and the family. Ben McRobert said, do you know if there's a minute silence or applause? It says 4:31 kickoff. Yes, they're starting every game 1 minute late, mate. The FA Cup games are all kicking off 1 minute late, and I'm embarrassed to say I can't remember what it's for. I don't know if it's about the racism thing, trying to highlight that. I'm embarrassed to say, Ben, I can't remember what the 1 minute delay is for. I'm sure somebody in the chat will remember though. FSG bought Liverpool. They didn't buy Liverpool for 500 million, mate. They bought Liverpool for 280 or 260 million, if my memory is correct, in 2010. But apparently we're worth over 2 billion today. But yeah, they definitely paid somewhere in the 200 million mark when they bought us. 260, 280, I think, something like that. Just checked the league, said Mac, and we're still top. Good man. Nice to know. Always good to know that one, buddy. Nick said for him, man of the match was Gini or Salah. Good shouts. I mean, the build-up play between Mo and Sadio for the second goal was wonderful as well. Lovely little reverse pass by Mo. And for Sadio to follow in his own shot like that shows real good instincts. Brandon Banks said we could switch to a 4-3-3 attack with Minamino. We could also go to a 4-2-1-3 as well, mate. Ollie's at the wheel, said Arlo. Thank fuck it's not our wheel though, mate. Thank fuck. What else have we got? I'm good tonight, thank you, Adam, mate. I hope you are as well. Mark Goldbridge handing out the salt sachets. Well, look, I don't know what to say to you. There's a lot of saltiness from opposition fans, but Mark is a good guy deep down. But I must be killing him as a United fan to see Liverpool doing so well. Yeah, I've no sympathy. There you go. I mean, obviously I want United to be as shit as humanly possible. What else have we got? Dugout, thank you for the super chat, mate. Said it's for the charity Take a Minute for Mental Health. Great cause and great idea. That's why it's kicking off 1 minute later. And Brian as well, same thing, mental health awareness. So there you go. Obviously, mental health, you guys know, is a subject close to my own heart, and I know to many of your hearts as well. And as Doug has said there, it is a great initiative. So well done. Yeah, well done to the FA on that one. And mental health certainly does matter. And as I always say on here, if you're suffering, please don't suffer in silence. It happens to us all. I've been down. I speak openly and say I see a psychologist on a weekly basis. If you are going through a bad period right now, please do reach out to somebody. Put a hand out, talk to a friend, speak to a professional, but never feel like you're on your own, because I promise you, you aren't. There's always a brighter day ahead. I know sometimes it's easy for someone to sit here and say that, but genuinely, I've been there. I've been down in the low points as well. And I know that speaking and talking to somebody is the best thing that I could have done, and it's helped me dramatically. So look, it's a really great initiative from the FA, and as we always say in the channel, please do speak up if ever there are times where you're down. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens to the best of us, and unfortunately there are too many young people in this world taking their own life because they don't feel that there's anywhere to turn to, but there is, ladies and gentlemen. So please do speak up if you are going through a tough time, and don't suffer alone. And we're all here for you, always. We're a real family on here, and we love each and every one of you. So hold your head up high, as John Terry's just said there. Absolutely. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's, if you had a broken arm, you'd go to the doctor. Do you know what I mean? And it is an illness like anything else. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help. We all need it from time to time. Who would you like Liverpool to sign in this window, said Papa Jaffa. I don't know, mate, because I'm kind of excited about the whole Nike thing, and maybe a big transfer next summer. I think the Minamino piece of business was genius, especially the 7.25 million buyout clause. I've said we were linked to a young left back from Coventry a while back. Obviously Diego Carlos. I don't know. I don't really think we need to do too much in this window. Dave Sweeney said, if you're feeling down, grab a friend and chat. Yes, and of course always try and seek professional help as well. Never be afraid to open up and talk to people, said Brian Morrissey. 100% agree with that. I think the FA was thinking of the United fans at Cape Town Muslim. No, mate, no. I know it's a bit of banter, but we're trying to have a serious moment here, buddy. What do I think of Kevin De Bruyne? He is an outstanding footballer, Adam. Absolutely outstanding. And of course, this will be the last season that we see David Silva in the Premier League. And look, I know he's hurt us on many occasions, but what a footballer he's been as well. Jack said, I'd absolutely love Dembele. Which Dembele, mate? Musa? Usman? I don't know which one you're talking about. Darkness said, so proud of LFC and being able to celebrate and chat with fellow Reds. Thanks, Craig, and those at Anfield Agenda who make it possible. Premier League and the Champions League keep getting closer to coming home to Anfield. You are very welcome, Darkness, mate, and thank you for being here with us, buddy, and for your kind words. De Bruyne, top 10 in the world. He's an outstanding footballer, mate. He really is. It's a shame he plays for Manchester City, but look, I've got to be honest and say he is a joy to watch at times. Unfortunately, he's a City player. He would have looked so damn good in a red shirt, wouldn't he? Who'd win in a fight? A fully fit Adam Lallana or Klavan? Klavan, mate. Klavan is an Estonian beast, don't you know, sir? Yes, definitely Klavan. Adam Lallana looks more like a lover and not a fighter, to be fair. How long is Craig? How long is Son out for? Is he back to play us? I think it was a 3-game ban, Subi. So I think he will be back for the game against us, but it looks like Harry Kane might be out. He looked like he'd done his hamstring the other day. There are 6 Dembele, said Cape Town Muslim. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and guess. I think he probably meant Usman, but I don't know. How has my day been? It's been pretty good, Aki. How has yours been, mate? And Happy New Year to you. Boy, I said, talking of legends, whose last season it is? Wes Morgan. Look, Premier League winning player, mate. And got every drop out of his career. You got to give him credit for that. What else have we got? Hope Kate is now for too long, said Mega Sting 1981. Same here, mate. I've enjoyed seeing him find some form, and I hope it's just a little tweak and he is back soon. De Bruyne is a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I've seen him in the shirt. It's such a shame he never got to wear it on the pitch. Morton said Son ready for Liverpool. I think he will be back. I think he will have served his ban, ahead of the Liverpool game. De Bruyne is injury prone, said Dave Sweeney. Yeah, but still, mate, what a footballer he is. I'm happier seeing Minamino arrive than all this chat about Sancho or Mbappe, to be honest, said Warren. Warren, I think this will turn out to be an unbelievable bargain. I know that was his buyout clause, but between him and Andy Robertson and some of the deals that we've gotten as a football club, I think Minamino's going to be a belter, mate. Much like yourself, I'm really looking forward to him. Billy said, never feel sorry for any mank. They revelled in our demise over the last 30 years. I was more talking about the mental health side of it though, Billy. I don't feel any sympathy for United fans in general. Fuck them, mate. Each and every one of them. Because as you said, yes, they rubbed it in our face for quite a while, and as my good friend Farrell says, football is cyclical, and it looks like it's Liverpool's time now. Thoughts on Arteta? Asked Jon Snow. Really difficult to say. I like his passion. I like the fact that he's trying to get his players G'd up as well. I like the fact he's saying all the right things. He's saying that he wants his players to work their asses off. He's saying that you have to fight for every minute on the pitch. He's saying that you have to fight to wear that Arsenal shirt. Yeah, it remains to be seen, of course, how it'll work out for him, but it's a decent start, isn't it? I think it'll come down to the board backing him more than anything, because I don't think Arsenal managers in recent years have had the backing they probably should have had from the Arsenal board. So it'll be an interesting time to see how he gets on. If he can rescue European football this season with Arsenal, and of course he has the Europa League as an option there as well to win that and get into the Champions League, he'll have done quite well. Will the gold badge be on the Nike kit? Yes, it will be, mate. But again, we can't wear that kit in the Premier League. We can't wear the gold badge under Premier League rules. But yeah, we have it until the next World Club Cup, so until the next December we'll be wearing that gold badge, or we'll be able to wear the gold badge, I should say. Any news on Fabinho's injury? Not that I'm aware of, mate. Ugandan Bruce Lee, what a name that is. I think maybe 2 to 4 weeks, mate, from what I've read, but please don't take that as gospel, because I don't know exactly when he'll be back, but I imagine he should be back training soon enough. Fingers crossed, because what a player Fabinho is. Adam, my pleasure, mate. Thank you for joining us. LFC have more points than Spurs and Arsenal combined, said Chris Madge. Love it, love it, love it. Looking forward to seeing the Nike kit in the future. Hope they have to add the Premier League badge as well as another star, said Darkness. I'm pretty confident they will have to add that Premier League badge, mate. But yeah, like you, I'm intrigued to see what the kit looks like. Is there a Nike kit out? No, Morton, not yet, mate. But it looks like, barring a miracle, they will be our kit manufacturer from next season onwards. But no, there is no Nike kit out just yet. I think probably we'll start seeing them leaked around April, I'd say. What's this? Dave Sweeney said, lots of United fans have turned to rugby fans at the moment. Haven't watched football in a while. I'm into rugby these days. Who can blame them? Do you know what I mean? Who can blame them, mate? Better watching the rugby than watching United playing football. I'm very good, thank you, OJ. I hope you're doing well as well. Colin Bartley said, a United fan tried to tell me that James was better than Salah. Did he put the crack pipe down, mate, when he was saying that to you? Or was he puffing away on it because clearly had to be under the influence if he thought that Daniel James was better than Salah? And maybe he means better at falling down, because that's probably true. But look, Daniel James probably will turn out to be a very good footballer, but right now it's far too early in his career to be comparing him to the Egyptian king. Scotty said, Craig, I was at the game where Firmino got injured, Napoli at home. I was annoyed he got injured. It definitely was a knock to us, mate, but we've coped really well. And Jordan Henderson, being the pro that he is, has just slipped in there, and he's been impeccable, Hendo, in that Fabinho position. Doug said Sadio Mane is now scored every day of the week for Liverpool after tonight. That's a deadly thing to know. Thanks, Doug. That really is a nice little stat to have. Thank you, buddy. Callum said top 6 best players in the world: VVD, Mane, De Bruyne, Salah, Sterling and Firmino. That's Callum's opinion. He was puffing away. I thought he might have been, Callum. What is this? Salah and Mane destroyed Sheffield United defenders for that second goal. Destroyed 5 Sheffield United defenders, said Yassar. It was brilliant, mate. It was, as I said during the watch-along, it was counter-attacking par excellence. And the little reverse pass as well from Mo into the path of Sadio was brilliant. But Sadio following up his initial shot that was saved by Henderson was very good as well. Will I be having expressions on? No, I won't. I won't be having them on ahead of the Spurs game. I did message him maybe a month ago, but he's just really busy. So no, he won't be coming on for a chat, unfortunately. James, hey, Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. He said, Craig, this team amazes me in ways I didn't even think possible. The things we do on a football pitch at the moment are out of this world. As I keep saying, James, mate, it is a true pleasure to be able to watch these guys and to see the evolution of this team under Jurgen Klopp. And what I'm most proud of, and I'm sure you're probably the same, James, is last season when we lost out in the Premier League title by 1 point to a very good Manchester City side who won 14 games in a row to pip us by a point. it could have gone one or two ways. We could have came in this season feeling a little bit down about ourselves, albeit as European champions, but they didn't. Right from the off, they wanted to put right what they felt was a wrong from last year, and they're well on the road to doing it. So yeah, it's a pleasure watching these lads. I can't wait to see Hendo's epic title lift. 2020 Premier League champion, said Wisdom Argentina. Yeah, he's got that lovely little Hendo patented dance, doesn't he, mate, for lifting the trophies? Is Expression really Rant's brother? Yes, they are brothers, yes. I actually still haven't met Rance yet, but they are brothers. Do you think we'll be able to win the league in March? It's possible. Yeah, it is possible going on the average points per game so far. I'd like us to win it at the Villa game that I'm going to be at in April, just from a selfish perspective. What else have we got? I can see City dropping more points, said Wisdom. I can see us dropping more points as well. I just don't see us dropping anywhere near enough for anybody to get close enough to us to mount a realistic title charge, or title challenge, I should say. Adam said, my friend's a City fan, and he said a fully fit Laporte is better than Big Virgil. Look, a fully fit Laporte is a very, very good central defender. I'm not going to underplay how good Laporte is. I think he's an excellent defender, but Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world. It shouldn't even be up for debate. But that doesn't mean to say that Laporte isn't an excellent centre-back, because he is. But he's just not Hendo, or he's just not Van Dijk, sorry. What else we got? What record did we break? The most passes in a game. A deal, mate. 969, 970 passes, something like that. It's the most passes in the Premier League game ever. And if we win our next league game, we have the best ever start to any club in any league campaign in the top divisions, I believe, as well. What else have we got? Our next game will be 5-2. Happy New Year, said Jack's Gaming World. Neil Hughes said, I bet Vincent Kompany is feeling sick of the amount of points we are ahead of City. Well, to be fair, he had a great moment last year, didn't he, Neil, where he scored that worldie against Leicester to help his team to that league title, and it was always going to be a loss for City losing a leader like Vincent Kompany. Score on Sunday night, asked Kieran Bailey. I don't know, buddy, but I'll do it in my prediction show, and we're going to do a preview of the Everton game either tomorrow night or Saturday night. But make sure that you've got your notifications turned on, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. And I am going to say my goodbyes, ladies and gentlemen, but I will be back with a preview ahead of the Everton game, either tomorrow night or Saturday night. And of course, we'll be covering the Merseyside derby in the FA Cup on Sunday as well. Game kicks off at 4:31. We'll be starting about 20 to 30 minutes before the game. So make sure you've got those notifications on. Look, as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving up your time. Really appreciate having you here with us. If you're watching this on repeat later on, love to know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on, give the old stream a thumbs up, but most importantly, I want to just take a second again to wish you all a very happy new year. Thank you so much for your support of the channel over the past 12 months, and we hope that you continue to enjoy what we do in the 12 months ahead. And lots of love to you all, and I will chat to you soon. Up the motherfucking Reds. Top of the league.